Hello, my name is Tarik Kirkendoll. Welcome to Group 4 Statistically Meeting presentation. It consists of Brenna Cowan, Chase, and myself. Okay, so my presentation is first, which is over interpreting standard deviation for a data set. So if you haven't learned already, I really like America's Next Top Model, and hopefully you'll just be able to absorb the large range of that along with the information on how to interpret standard deviation. Okay, so first we need to get our data sets. I took a sample of season 22's contestants and I found their heights, which is the diagram over here. I calculated the standard deviation in Excel, and I got 10 heights out of 14 contestants, which means I had to take a sample, which is also called a statistic. Whereas for cycle 1, which aired back in 2003, there were already 10 contestants, so I used the total population, or the parameter. Now, when I calculated the standard deviation, I got a greater standard deviation with the cycle 22, or the season 22. And then I got a lower standard deviation for cycle 1, and we'll explain why. So cycle 1, which aired back in 2003, the modeling industry was a lot more strict and regimented with things like heights and body shapes, blah, 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 blah. But there was a height minimum and a height maximum. And as you can see in the graph, in the scatter point graph, they kind of make a pretty balanced line. And then you can see on the pictures that they're all women, they're all roughly the same shape and size. So what makes it different from the next cycle, what makes a difference from cycle 22 is that it aired in 2016. There were both male and female models accepted. There were no height restrictions or requirements, and just had a more diverse industry in general. If you look at the scatter point graph, you can see that it's a lot more chaotic as it's arranged. And their heights ranged from, for my particular scatter point chart or graph, it ranged from 5'3" to 6'2". So the greater the range, the greater the deviation. The smaller the range, the smaller the deviation. All right, that's my whole presentation. And thank you. Also, these are the winners. That's Adrienne, she won cycle 1. That's Niall, he won cycle 22. He's deaf. Fun facts.
Oh, hey.
Okay, I pressed it again.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you the easiest way to get standard deviation using 2 examples. One will be using the height of dogs, and the second will be getting the average grades in a math class. My name is Brenna Cowan. Let's get started. First, I'm going to be showing you step-by-step on how to find standard deviation. I'm going to be using 5 heights, as you can see on the presentation: 600 millimeters, 470 millimeters, 170 millimeters, 430 millimeters, and lastly, 300 millimeters. Now let's go on to the next slide. I will be showing you how to find the mean. You basically just add up all of the numbers that I just told you about, then divide it by the amount, and then you should get 394. On the bottom right of the slide, you can see exactly where the dogs meet, like by the average. Some of them are much higher, some of them are much lower, but they all seem to be around the same. Let's go to the next slide. Step 2. To calculate the variance, take each difference, square it, and then average the result. I'm not going to be going by details, but as you can see, it is all of those numbers squared. And then once you square them, you have very large numbers. You just add them all together and then yet again divide them by 5 by the amount of dogs. And then you should end up with 21,704. Let's go to the next slide. Step 3. Finally, you should be able to get the standard deviation. You should get 147 to the nearest millimeter. let's go on. And for my second example, I didn't go into as much detail as I did the first one, but it is using math grade, like grades in a math class. You can basically see on the right side of the screen the amount of people. You have 26 students. One student, however, I guess didn't feel like going to school for 4 weeks. I don't know what's up with that. But you subtract her, Maria, from the 26 students. That makes 25. Then you just get the mean of that, which is 83.7. And then you find the variance, which I didn't go into as much detail about that either. But you should end up with 5.8 as your standard deviation. Now I'm going to be passing you on to Chase. I hope you learned a little bit about how to find standard deviation. Bye.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chase Crawford, and I'll be talking to you about Ariana Grande, again, one of the most famous people on the planet, and my favorite, obviously, which means she gets a lot of attention. And if you look at her music videos on YouTube, you can see that she has millions and millions of followers and fans that watch her videos because they love her music. On to the next slide. This is just a picture to show you how many subscribers she has, to see how many views she's going to get. I chose just a few of her music videos because there's way more than what's on the screen. But as you can see, there are a wide range of numbers from all the different videos. I just wanted to point out that the one on the bottom right has over 2 million, and it just now was posted 4 days ago. Next slide. And so if you take this and put this into Excel, it's actually pretty simple. You don't have to put the titles like I did on the left, but if you wanted to make it easier so you know what numbers go where, and then you fill in column B the numbers, and then in the next one you can label it standard deviation like I did, and you have to type in STDEV like I did, and it wouldn't let me show a picture, but it'll be the one with the little warning sign beside it. And if you don't hit that one, it won't work out. So you have to do that one for it to work. And as you can see, you select all your data that you want in the standard deviation, and it'll show you what cells that it's actually using. And then you hit enter, and then that's the last picture you see is the standard deviation. And it's as simple as that. Using Excel makes everything simple. Okay, I hope all of our presentation has helped you understanding how to find standard deviation, how to understand it better. Have a good day.